Sometimes things just sound right together. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107 and Kate. Sometimes things sound better together, like bacon and eggs, tropical and vacation.
Limes and tequila.
So a guy named Mike calls the show every once in a while. He came up with an idea that we actually thought was pretty cool.
Okay, you're a concert promoter, and if you could put two bands together, I'm going to give you an example like Rat and Poison, like Rat Poison.
Which, by the way, I saw that tour way back in 1988.
But, like, what would you do, like, if you, off the top of your head, could put two bands together like that?
All right, so here it is for me. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
Love it. Incredible. Fantastic. Outstanding.
You got one?
Heart and Beat. So Heart and the King Crimson supergroup Beat.
There you go. Let's make a Make Sense tour where you take those two bands and put them together like Rat and Poison, like the ones we came up with, and just make them make sense. That's what we're looking for this morning here on Rock 107.
Christina from your Twitter said, Rush and Traffic. It's like the Rush Hour tour.
See, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Jake, check it in on Hunlock Creek on the Rock Lines. Make us a Make Sense tour, buddy.
The Very White Stripes.
Oh, that's outstanding. Yeah, I love it.
The Very White Stripes. It just made sense.
Rock 107.
Hey, Prospector. I got a puddle of mud and fish. We'll call it the Puddle of Muddy Fish Tour.
Okay, I think that works as well.
Yeah, that one's not bad. John from your Facebook said Def Leppard and Blind Melon. And they can go into Congress members and their re-election campaign and call it the Deaf, Blind, and Dumb Tour.
There you go. That's pretty good. Got one on the Rock Lines texted in. How about the Police in the Cars? The Police Cars Tour.
Ryan from our TikTok said, how about Corn and Hole? And call it the Cornhole Tour.
On to the Rock Lines. Make a Make Sense tour. Take bands that just sound right together. Rock 107.
Hey, Prospector. How's it going?
Good, brother. How you doing?
All right. I came up with one. I don't know if somebody got it already.
Yeah.
What about the Extreme Journey Tour?
Like an Extreme Journey. No, I haven't had that one yet, so that's pretty good.
Have a good day, bud.
Butch from Uniondale on the Rock Lines.
Yeah, I have a perfect tour for you. How about fish and sticks? So you got fish sticks.
That's such a good one, and I'm disappointed in myself for not thinking of it.
Okay.
Scott from your Instagram said the 5-course meal tour. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Meatloaf, bread, cream, corn, and the black-eyed peas.
I can't keep up with that on the dings. Check it in on the text. The Tesla Cars Tour. Tesla makes cars. Tesla cars. There you go.
Melissa from our TikTok again. Police and Warrant, the Police Warrant Tour.
Steve from Hazleton, he's out on the Rock Lines. Give us those tours that go together, Rock 107.
Yeah, how about Yes and the Doobie Brothers? Yes, Doobie Brothers.
Who's not going to say yes to the Doobie Brothers?
Absolutely.
Ed from Pittston on the Rock Lines got a Make Sense tour for us. What do you got, Ed?
How about Aerosmith and the Jefferson Airplane and call it the Aeroplanes Tour?
John from Scranton checking in on the Rock Lines with a Make Sense tour, Rock 107.
Rush the Doors Tour.
See, rush the doors. Like the doors open, you got to get in there. I get it.
Cheryl from your Facebook said AC/DC and the Electric Light Orchestra Tour.
Okay,
I
like
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah, because, all the power in there on that one. That makes sense. Another text, this one just for the guys, evidently. Bare Naked Ladies in Live. So the tour is Bare Naked Ladies Live.
Just for the guys.
Well, I guess. I mean, that's what they said. I say it's for whoever enjoys such things.
And Jake from our TikTok said, the Grateful Dead and the Sex Pistols. Call it the Grateful for Sex Tour.
That's how you put bands together to make a Make Sense tour.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
1 in 12 people have pooped themselves while traveling. That jumps to 12 in 12 people if they're seated in the exit row of a Boeing. Director Sam Mendes is making a feature-length biopic about each member of the Beatles. Although the scripts will be finished at the same time, the one about John Lennon will get shot first. Kermit the Frog will be the commencement speaker at the University of Maryland. He'll spend most of the speech trying to convince students they didn't just waste 4 years at a school that thinks listening to a frog puppet is inspiring.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
You could be old man Grandpa Simpson just yelling at the clouds about it, or you can accept that there are positives and negatives to an increasingly cashless society. But this is an unexpected one, and it's a positive. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107. Kate, let's be clear. This is definitely a positive.
Fewer children are swallowing and choking on coins.
Yeah, they did a whole study because, we've cured all the other problems. So let's focus on coin-chomping children now,
The study looked at hospital data from 2000 to 2022, and they found that since 2012, there's been a significant decline in kids requiring procedures to remove objects from their throats. Analysts noted that 2012 is when contactless payments really started to gain traction.
That's right, because fewer and fewer people carry cash anymore, so now kids have nothing to swallow. You ever try cramming an Apple Pay transaction in your mouth? Doesn't work. Back in the day, if you were under 6, you had a daily recommended dose of pocket change. You know what I mean? You'd be sitting there in the shopping cart. Mom pulls out a handful of coins from the coin purse, the kind of little plasticky kind that you would squeeze together and had a seam in it, and like an extra coin would fall out. Next thing you know, you got a nickel in your esophagus. That's classic childhood memories kids are missing out on.
My brother used to shove coins, pennies specifically, up his nose.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Goodness. The swallowing incidents in the data weren't just coins, but coins were extremely common.
Sure.
One stat says that more than 75% of foreign bodies swallowed by kids under 6 were coins because they're thin, round-shaped, and easily accessible.
Yeah, thin, round, easy to grab. It's like the Pringles of a choking hazard. Once you pop, you can't stop, literally, in some cases. But now, what are kids going to do? Venmo, tap to pay? I guess I'll shove that QR code down my throat. Mommy, I swallowed Daddy's Bitcoin. Well, kid, that's already worthless. No harm done. All right, listen, I'm glad kids aren't choking, but I do feel bad for the magic community. Yeah, you ever see a magician pull a quarter from behind a kid's ear? That trick is gone now. It only works if the kid still believes in physical currency. Pretty soon, magicians will be like, aha, I just uploaded $5 to your Robinhood account. Magic! It's time to have a little fun on the phones. Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. Today we are pranking Jamie because her friend Lisa called and said, hey, look, Jamie's like a super mom. She's an awesome woman and she does a great job with her kids and all that kind of stuff, but I would love for you to prank her with something about her kids that would really get her going. So I came up with the idea that I would need to rent, if you will, her kids. It's another Prospector prank call on Rock 107.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, I'm calling for Jamie.
This is she. How can I help you?
Jamie, hi, my name is Rick. You don't know me, but I live around the corner on Pine, and I drive by all the time. Okay. I see you out in the yard all the time with your kids. You have 2 young kids. How old are they?
Yes, they are 3 and 5.
Okay, 3 and 5. Perfect.
How did you get my number?
Your neighbor gave it to me. Lisa, she gave me your number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so here's my question, and you'd be really helping me out. My fiance is having her parents come to visit. They're going to be here for a couple of days.
Okay.
And I'm getting a lot of pressure. Like, who is this guy? What's he all about? Is he going to be a good dad? Because they want to, they're big on family.
Okay.
And I thought it would be really cool if maybe I can give them a demonstration of what kind of dad I would be. If you'd be willing, I think your kids are the perfect age where I could have them come over, do some entertaining stuff, kind of make a display for my future in-laws like, hey, I'm going to be a great dad. Because, it's not that hard to parent kids. If you'd be interested, I'd love to have your kids over and we could do some activities and stuff like that.
Well, first and foremost, I don't know if my kids will be comfortable with it.
I would get used to them first. You'd come over before. They're not coming for a while, so you're fine.
Okay. But I don't feel comfortable because I don't know you. I understand you're a neighbor. That's fine. But I don't feel comfortable with my 3-year-old and 5-year-old going to your house and meeting strangers.
My wife's going to be there, of course, my future in-laws, too. So the kids wouldn't be alone. There'd be plenty of people around.
Yeah, but my kids still don't know you or your wife.
It's a great thing for us to get to know each other. Don't you agree?
Yeah, that's true. But just so you can borrow my kids. It sounds like you want to borrow my kids.
I'm not trying to borrow your kids. I would compensate you for the time they spend, and we could
that means it sounds like you're renting my kids.
Look, it would be whatever you want to negotiate for money. I'm not trying to make it weird like your kids are being, used.
I'm not telling you that you're not going to be a good parent. It's just not a good idea. And I don't think it would be best for you either, just because jumping into acting as a parent to a 3 and 5-year-old, you would not be able to handle it, and it wouldn't be a good outcome for you. And
I would disagree with that. I would disagree with that right away. How hard can it be? My point is, it's not that hard to take care of kids. Let me handle that part.
No.
You just be happy. You get your money. The kids are happy. They get their candy.
So you don't know what it is to raise a 3 or a 5-year-old.
Here's what I know about kids.
First of all.
It's not that hard. Everybody overcomplicates.
Oh, no.
It's super easy. You just make them happy.
Parent you ask.
Okay, please. It's simple. I know what the industry's like, all right? Oh, my life's so hard. I'm a parent.
Parenting
I never
is
have
not
my
an
own
industry,
time.
first of all.
Please.
Parenting is a business. It's not a business.
I can make a kid laugh. And that's all it takes. That's a dad's job. I could do it. They come over. We'll have a bounce house. We'll have some fun. I'll have a magician come over.
I'm saying no.
Well,
nope.
you're missing out,
nope.
right?
Nope. That's just like putting up a circus for a bunch of kids. No.
Yeah, that's what a dad does.
Nope.
Yeah, it is. A dad's there to make sure the kids are having fun.
No, a dad is there to teach them lessons, to be loving and caring.
And the lesson is life is fun. Let's have some fun. That's it.
Not all the time, no.
I know what your problem is. You're afraid when your kids get home, they're going to see how boring you guys are, and they're not going to want to stay with you.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's what it is. I knew it.
Such a Why are you... You don't know about parenting.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you one thing I know about. One thing I know is you're on the radio right now. This is a prank call.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's a prank call. It's a Prospector prank call.
Oh my God!
It's Prospector. It's not real. You're on Rock 107 right now.
I swear.
Lisa did give me your number. She said you're a really good mom and I can have some fun with it.
Oh my God! She's gonna hear from me. I was ready to go through the phone.
Let me rate your kids.
Choke you. Oh my God, that was something.
A fake trucking company stole 80,000 pounds of beef from a Tennessee meatpacking plant last week. And if that sounds like a lot, it is. Authorities say it was worth about $350,000. The meat was supposed to go to customers, but the shipping coordinator subcontracted it out to a company called List Trucking Sales, which is not a legit business, and no one checked out the drivers who picked it up. It's unclear what the thieves plan to do with all that meat. They still haven't been caught, and the meat hasn't been found. It seems like there's a black market for everything, and with the price of meat right now, there's probably a good chance that meat has already been sold off to someone. After all, this would have been an elaborate scheme to pull off without having a plan for the meat ahead of time.
Nominee number 2.
Most people binge on ice cream or weird food combos when they're expecting. This lady went full Bonnie and Clyde. A 37-year-old woman in Poland named Anna A. robbed 2 banks while she was 8 months pregnant. And here's the kicker. Her husband had no idea he was her getaway driver. It all started when she got inspired by gangster films. So naturally, she grabbed a knife, walked into a bank, and demanded cash. She got away, but the cops described the suspect as short and likely female. Gee, you think? 2 weeks later, she hit another bank, this time pretending to have a gun. But instead of hiring an actual getaway driver, she told her husband to pick her up from a doctor's appointment. That's right, this guy thought he was being a supportive spouse. Meanwhile, he's unwittingly driving public enemy number 1 home from a heist. Eventually, cops tracked her down using security footage and, oh yeah, her very obvious baby bump. She stole about $10,000, spent half on home renovations, and stashed the rest in the basement. When her husband asked her about it, she said it was lottery winnings. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison.
And the winner is...
the pregnant woman who robbed 2 banks and tricked her husband into being the getaway driver. You are the Yam Bag of the Day. And we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Week, Friday morning on Rock 107. Get your podcast so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.